I have this wonderful shelf right here, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about doing it the proper way.
Okay.
What would I need to do first?
Shelves are very easy to install. I just have to make sure that it's level and that the attachment is secure. Okay.
Now I know exactly where I want the shelf to go. I
Okay.
want it to go over this towel rack here.
Okay. Then let's measure to find the center of the towel rack and then reference that off of the side wall.
The first thing I do is I measure here, measure the towel rack. So if I start here, the towel rack is 2 feet long.
So half of that would be 1 foot.
Okay.
Now we're going to measure from the edge of the towel rack to the tile.
From the tile to the towel rack is 7 inches.
So the center of this wall, center of this towel rack would be 1 foot 7 inches.
Okay.
If I hold the shelf for about the elevation that you would like, can you find 1 foot 7 inches? Okay, and do you like the height of that?
We could lower it down
Okay.
just a little bit. That would be great. Like right about there would be nice.
Okay, very good.
Oh, I hold that up there. Thank you very much. Now just make a little mark there.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to put that down.
Okay.
Well, now that we've found our elevation and our center point,
Okay.
what we'd like to do is find out the level of it. We have the old conventional carpenter's level, which
Okay.
still works very, very well today. You place a level on the wall, having your point in the center, and you have to put the bubble in the middle of the 2 lines. And there are multiple new devices right now out on the market, and this optical level works off the principle that you line up your spot in the center here, turn it on, left-hand side, find a level light shining on the wall.
Okay, so I line up my spot in the center. So this line right here shows that I'm level.
Yes, absolutely, and you want to mark both ends with pencil.
Here and mark here.
Excellent.
And that's it, and I'm level.
And that's it. Now, interesting about this particular optical level, you can also use it to find some of those studs that we talked about that are
Okay.
behind this drywall.
Now how would I do that?
This has a device in it that sends a signal through the sheetrock. Pull it away from the wall for a second.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to hold this button on the right-hand side down.
Okay.
And with that, you're going to place it on the wall and move it from right to left. You should have a red light on the bottom, and when it hits a stud, you should have a green light. Okay, so that marks a stud behind there.
Okay.
And keep on going to the left.
Okay.
And there's not another stud to the left. So right now in this wall, we only have one stud that we're going to be using to attach to the shelf. What we have is a few different types of fasteners here for drywall and also into wood studs.
Okay.
The fastener that we're going to use is just a wood screw that can go through the drywall into the stud for the center, and then now we have to attach the rest of the shelf hanger into straight drywall. Drywall itself is not very strong, but what they've created, this is called a butterfly hanger. Basically what you do is you put a hole in the wall and you insert the butterfly hanger. They also call them toggle bolts. And when you stick it through a hole in the sheetrock wall on the back side, this opens up.
Okay.
And then, of course, when we have it coming through the the hanger itself, it's going to have metal on the inside.
Okay.
Okay? But what you're going to basically be doing is sending this through the wall. It's going to pop out on the other side, and then as you turn the screw, it is going to tighten itself up. Going to give a very secure, very strong attachment. Another type is this drywall anchor. You can get these drywall anchors just about at any hardware store, and one thing about them is they tell what kind of weight that this can hold. Each one of these can hold up to like 50 pounds. And what you're basically doing is putting a pilot hole, small hole, into the drywall, and then using a screwdriver to drive this into the wall.
Okay.
Okay? And in driving into the wall, then you can then take your screw attachment, put your hanging device on the outside, and then attach this in.
Okay.
So each one of these would be like 50 pounds. Okay?
So you can use either this one or this one depending
That's
on
right.
what you choose.
Yes.
Okay.
At the same time, the manufacturer of this shelf sent this little plastic one that basically, after you put a pilot hole in the sheetrock, you insert this into the sheetrock, and when you put a screw in here, it expands the little plastic out just enough to make it pretty secure. This would not hold up to 50 pounds though.
Okay. Bob, which anchor out of these do you like the best?
Well, you know, the strongest anchor is going to be this butterfly toggle one.
Okay.
The second is going to be the one that's clearly marked as 50 pounds.
Okay.
And then this is the least strong. So I like this one the best. But since the manufacturer sent us these, let's do these. The other thing is that we have one screw going into a stud, which is going to give us tremendous strength.
But if we we weren't installing it into a stud, we should use the toggle bolts to make sure that we had maximum
The toggle
security.
or these drywall
Or these drywall.
anchors. I would
Okay.
recommend those two as well. So Kim, lining up the bottom of the bracket with the 3 marks. If you only had 2, it's tough to get it straight. And then you're going to be taking your pencil and making a mark for where your fastener is going to go at each end.
Okay, and that will be in here, and that will be in here.
Very good. And then the center. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place a pilot hole through the sheetrock for our plastic sleeve.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Get a drill. Okay. So I can just drill a hole in the end.
Drill a hole in the 2 ends,
Okay.
right where your marks are,
How far do I have to go in?
all the way through the sheetrock,
Oh.
which is only about a half. As you can see, that sheetrock wall board is not very strong. Let's take that drill back out.
Okay, that was exciting. All right.
Drill it over on the other. Now I'm going to switch with you here.
Okay.
You have a hammer and you have your plastic sleeve, and you're going to insert that in the hole there.
Okay.
Right flush with it, very good.
Okay, so I can just do this on the other end here. Ready?
They want to make those holes very tight to the plastic.
Okay.
Okay,
And so
sleeve.
that's why it's a little difficult to get them
A
in?
little bit difficult to get it started.
Okay.
Okay, next thing that we're going to do is take our drill bit out.
And to get the drill bit out,
Okay, you're going to back it out, turning.
Oh, okay.
Okay, your screw bit from it, and you're installing that. You may have to open it a little bit wider. To tighten that up now, pull your trigger a little bit.
Hold on to this, pull the trigger?
Yep, and you're going to hold it hard until it does
Oh.
that. Now it's just locked into place.
Okay.
Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to mount our bracket. So if you take your bracket
Okay.
and
I
a
line
screw,
this up. Oh, okay. And then,
drive that in.
okay.
Certainly makes it easy with a power drill.
Definitely makes it easy and makes it much more fun. Oops.
You really have to keep the drill straight with the screw itself, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Now this one may be a little bit more difficult because you're going into the wood instead of into plastic. But you can put that in your center hole.
And so you don't need to make a hole to start
No,
this with.
Very good.
Very cool. It's lovely.
Now, there's one other thing that you have to do, and that is you have to screw these 2 screws into those 2 holes, which go into this metal mount,
Okay.
so that the shelf can't come off.
Okay.
Okay? So put the shelf back up.
And do I use a drill to do that? Or?
Yes, you will.
Oh, wonderful. I'm really liking the drill. All right.
Okay. Nice. And there's your other screw. Beautiful shelf. What are you going to put up there?
I'm going to put up a lovely plant and my little turtle.
Oh, Yertle.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Yertle the turtle.
Thank you so very much. This is awesome.
You're welcome.
I love it.